What's going on, YouTube? We back here making another DIY video. You saw the title. I assume other people have had this problem, but I've never seen how they resolved it other than going to the dealer. So I'm just out of warranty over my 34,000 miles that you have to have. And so this part is out of warranty, not the drivetrain, but this trunk is. So what happens? I hit the button and you just hear a click, but it doesn't open. It's just a click, very faint from the outside. No matter what you do, it won't open. You go hit the little black button right here. Same thing, just a click, nothing opens. So the electrical part is working, but mechanically it's not opening. So I figured it out. I'm gonna show you what it takes to fix it. One more shot to open it. Oh, look at that. Well, I guess we can't all have minions to open our trunk every time, so we're gonna have to fix this. So it's all has to do with this right here. This is a trunk latch release. What I'm gonna do first is got this tool. You're gonna start picking these off right here, and you get under there, move it back, not with so much force. I'm only using one hand, and we're gonna take all of those pins out. There's another one there, and then we'll be able to drop this down and we'll be able to access the complete part. So that's done. There was also 2 more clips I forgot to mention, and they're right here on the back side of the trunk. One here and then one on the opposite side. You get those out, then it's ready to come down. You let it down, the wire loom is okay. You can leave it hanging there. I just leave that in the trunk. And then let me show you what you guys are hearing. So this little piece right here, okay? This is I guess it's connected to a motor. And the motor turns this, and it's oblong. It's not just a straight circle. It's oblong, so the radius gets bigger as it turns, and it's turning this way. And when that turns, it hits this lever right here, the silver part. And that silver part will, in turn, it will move. And this is what releases the trunk open. And this is your emergency handle for the people inside. And same thing, when you move that, it moves the lever. Click the button, this thing barely moves. It goes about right there and stops. So it's not enough to trigger the lever to make the trunk open. And I can't do it enough by hand. Well, I can get in there, but now it's just starting to move the lever. But it needs to rotate all the way in order to open the trunk. And when you're pressing the button, it just about like that. And that's the clicking noise that you're hearing when you press the button. So we need to replace this whole thing. And there's gonna be a bolt here. I believe it's 2 bolts and one right there. We're gonna drop it down, disconnect the wire harness. That's under there also. And then see if the new part works. Let me try this one more time. Click the button. That's as much moving as you get. Try it again. There you go. That's what you get. And that's not enough, obviously, to make this move to open up the trunk. So what we're gonna do, like I said before, we're gonna take off these 2 bolts and also disconnect the wiring harness. And I'll do that first. You can just use your fingernail, get under there, and then you pull the little tab back and you pull it out. That's clear. Then we're gonna take out these 2 bolts. That one's out. And on the second one, there's also a ground wire attached. So you just want to be careful you don't snag that. And you're gonna have to make sure you put that back. All right, so this is about ready to come out. So I'm gonna take this bolt out right? Just the bolt itself. And then you got the ground wire. Make sure that gets attached when you put it back in between the bolt and the actual metal of the part. One thing I want to say that's good about this, money wise, I mean, you got to pay for a new part. I bought an aftermarket part, cost me about 40 bucks. I believe the OEM was a little over like 120 bucks, but I figured I'd give the aftermarket a shot. If it doesn't work, then we could go with the OEM. But what I was going to say, the good part about this is that it's electronic. You don't see a whole mess of wires and a whole bunch of steel cables that you got to take off and put back, little plastic clips. It's 2 bolts and a wire harness. You know what I'm saying? And the motor is right in here, and that's what's causing this to not work. So this is the old part, and then I got my aftermarket part. And I mean, a little bit of a difference. The aftermarket part is it looks a little bigger on the casing side, but it should all work the same. And well, the little trunk release is longer also. I mean, that only helps the person in the back, you know what I'm saying? But at least it's there. So we're gonna put this one back. Put the OEM one in the box, and then we're gonna put this aftermarket one on. So I decided to make it a little more clear as to what's going on. You know, like I said, it's electronic. So I'm gonna hook the old one back up, right? We put it in the harness, boom. Now you're able to see the white part, okay? Let me focus in on that. Good. So now I'm gonna hit, what we wanna see is the white part hit the metal, right? So I'm gonna hit my trunk release and we'll see what happens. Okay, that's as far as it goes. And it gives you one big one and then nothing after that. Just little ones, and that's every time I click it. But you can physically hear that move. It's just a little click. But that's all you're getting out of there. Okay, so now we'll put the new one on and I'll show you what it's supposed to look like. All right, so I got the new one. We'll put this one on, plug it up. That's all we gotta do. Then we'll be able to look at this piece and see how it's really supposed to function. So like I said, this needs to move in order for the latch to release. So we'll go like this, hit this button all the way, every time. And that in turn is gonna open this latch, and now you got a working trunk again. So we're gonna bolt it back up the same way we took it off, and project done. $40, able to open my trunk, don't have to be embarrassed, don't have to climb through the back seat. We're good to go. Let's put it back together. All right, so ground wire, we're gonna put the bolt through the ground wire first, and then we're gonna take this and we'll put the bolt through. Actually, it goes something like this. And put my bolt through the hole. And then I'm gonna get the second bolt. We're gonna put it through here. And the mechanism is moving right now because it keeps feeling the ground connect and disconnect. As soon as we get a solid ground, it'll stop opening up. So some may want to take their battery, negative cable off the battery so that you don't do that, but me, I just leave it hooked up. All right, that one's tight. Tighten this one up. Okay, so I got everything tightened up. We got the negative cable, the grounding cable. It's in there snug. It's not being pulled. Got both bolts in. This is good and clear, ready to go. And then we just need to put our carpet back up, okay? Oh, you know, let's test out the trunk first. So I'm gonna close it and then hopefully it'll open right back up. There we have it, flawless. So this is fixed. And let me get that carpet. So the wiring harness, that loom, it's gonna go right through this little slit. You put it in there. through the slit back in the hole, and that's good. And then your emergency trunk release, you're gonna put it through the hole, and then this other part fits through the other hole. Then that's good. And then I like to start by putting this clip in the middle in. That way it kind of holds everything for you. There you go. Now you can kind of work hands-free. And then you're just gonna put in the rest of them, and that's it. Job's done. Enjoy. All right, so everything's back in place. We're good to go. I just want to close the trunk one more time, make sure that we're good. You just don't know like the feeling that you can have just by being able to open up your trunk. You know what I'm saying? Like this went out the first time when I was at a car show, and I had everything in the back of the trunk. You know, we pull up to the show, my peoples were probably next to me, you know, and we go to pull everything out and the trunk won't open. Thought my battery was dead, thought there was a bigger problem, and the trunk just wouldn't open. So finally I had to go in through the front, you know, and like crawl all the way to the back, move all my stuff around just to get to that emergency latch so I could open the trunk. Embarrassing, but problem solved now. So close it, gonna pop that, boom. We're good to go, y'all. That's how you fix it. That's how you know for sure if it's broken. If you don't see that thing moving all the way, then you know for sure that you need to fix the trunk release. All right?